I don't think this matters to anybody. Maybe Jimmy Haslam it does, but is the coach of the year in the offing here for Kevin Stefanski?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially look. I mean, they've won 5 out of their last 6 games. He's a first year head coach. You know, there are so many reasons why he should be NFL Coach of the Year, and I think especially now that the Steelers have gone in the tank. You know, there was a lot of talk that Mike Tomlin would be up for that award, but now I think you really have to put Kevin Stefanski very high on the top, near the top of the list, if not at the top.
Does it matter to a team if their coach who wins that award, or does it matter to the coach to say, well, what took you so long to hire me? My first chance, I become coach of the year, or is the whole thing? It's nice to get, but it's meaningless if you don't win a championship.
You know what? I think it would mean a lot to everyone in this organization if Kevin Stefanski were named Coach of the Year. I do think that would be a big, huge deal. He's not, you know, obviously, it's not something that's on his mind. I mean, if it happens, it happens. And those are the kinds of things that come to you when you do put those blinders on and you do your job and you focus on the next game. And the good thing for him is that he has been to the NFC Championship game. He's been around successful teams. He's been to a Super Bowl. So, you know, therefore, you have someone who understands what it takes to get to that level. So he knows you can't get here and all of a sudden start thinking about outside things. Because guess what? As you mentioned earlier, they haven't clinched a spot yet. There is a world, a very small world, but a world in which it doesn't happen. And so he knows he's got to keep his guys on point and himself too.
Do you think there's some personnel directors around the NFL now, or maybe owners who are saying, "How did we miss this guy in Minnesota?" Talking about Stefanski. I mean, right now he's got to be the talk of the coaching world, and somehow, I don't know, 8, 10 teams missed him over the last 2, 3 years.
Well, you know what? I mean, because he was, he was not calling plays, and he wasn't even an offensive coordinator until the end of the previous season. Not even the year before last year. He only got that job when John DeFilippo got fired. So he was only the interim OC and play caller for the final 3 years. Generally, you don't become a head coach unless you've been a coordinator and a play caller. So, you know, I'm not surprised that people didn't find him. I mean, the people that end up on those lists are the really super hot coordinators, and he wasn't that. So the Browns were thinking outside the box. It was Paul DePodesta and Andrew Berry identifying the kind of person they wanted to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. They wanted somebody extremely smart and somebody with amazing people skills. And they got to know him well enough throughout the process that he was the kind of guy that they wanted. And I'll tell you, it's made all the difference in the world. The difference between Kevin Stefanski running this team and Freddie running this team, it's just absolutely night and day.